Namaskar. My name is Shubhashish Mukhopadhyay. I am from Samsara Yoga Institute. I am a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist. This is a part of series I am making on Ashtanga Yoga and success in life. Today's focus on knowledge. In my first part, I said that Yama, it is non-violence. Yama has some other meaning also like restrainment, some ethical rules and code of conduct. Yama in Ashtanga Yoga having five parts: Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha, and Brahmacharya. I will discuss all these parts briefly as much as it needed for at this moment. Ahimsa, it is non-violence. Non-violence, how much we can observe in our practical life and how we can apply it to achieve a peace of mind. Non-violence, as it said, not to hurt anything, anybody with an intention of injury or a sense of hatred. So, even hurting the self, it's also a part of violence. I should keep everything under the rules, under the ethics, morality of non-violence. Violence, even my thought, if I am not acting, my thought of hurting or injury or an hatred feeling or jealousy, it's also a conduct of violence. So the mind in my inner being, in my sense, everywhere we should observe non-violence. I am mentioning one sloka from Prashna Upanishad. Sha Esha Vishwarupa Vishwanara Prana Agni Rudayate Tadadrita Cha Bhuktam. That means Surya or the sun is the source of life, is the source of prana and the source of energy to the whole world. And the source, the sun is the source. It is bringing energy and life to each and every living and non-living matter. Our physical body, according to Yoga Sutra Patanjali, our physical body having five prana. It is also mentioned in Prashna Upanishad that the Pancha Prana, five prana, it is governing our whole existence. What are they? Saman, Apan, Udan, Mahapran, and Van. This Pancha Prana, this is also coming from solar energy, that the representation of sun. So they are the part of the sun. The energy is gathering from the sun within our body and divided into five pran, and this five pran distributed in whole of our being. The whole being means not only physical body, the vital body, the psychic body, the joyful body, and the mental body, everywhere. So from outer to inner, whole existence is of prana. I already told that prana, the harmony of prana, that is the biggest success, because the harmony of prana can be achieved only when we are balanced with our external activity in the real world and the mental faculties as it working inside our mind, inside our existence, inside our internal reality, and with a coherence, with a balance with external and internal, and creating no reaction and proper balance with both of external and internal world. I'll mention one more poem. Eternity is gained by utterly abandoning our own life. When God appears in front of his ardent lover, the lover is absorbed to him and not as much to a hair of the lover remains. A true lover is like a shadow. When the sun shines with its full glory, the shadow vanishes away. And to his true lover, the God says, I am thine and thou art is mine, by Rumi. So the sun, it banishes all the shadows of gloominess, of agony, of pain, and the darkness and the negative thoughts, all the misery, all the suffering by solar energy. Yama, having non-violence, and also next comes truth. The truth of the life, the truth of the reality, the truth of existence, the truth of our faith, belief, our experience, and our knowledge. Is there anything permanent truth or absolute truth, or all are just a mere illusion? Truth and searching for the truth, that is the purpose of what knowledge. Is true knowledge? Knowledge is a fact, familiarity with some individual, with an situational understanding, and it depends on belief or faith. The system of knowledge gaining, it is on taking the information and then justification to establish a belief, to make the belief a true belief. So there is a lot of agreement and disagreement between philosophers and scientists. What is a true knowledge? According to empirical system, knowledge, we gain the knowledge by our senses. The sense organs are gaining the knowledge from the external world and making it meaningful into our mind. Introspection is gaining the knowledge about the self, and this introspection is having the qualities of memory, rational intuition, testimony, inferences, so that our belief established into true knowledge. In fundamentalism, it is saying that justification of these beliefs with these mental faculties should be established purely to gain a true knowledge. Coherentists also argued that all these mental faculties should act coherently with the informations from sense organ and with the intuition from the internal self to establish knowledge that is true, and it is coherence and keeping a balance with each and everything, and also keeping in touch with the reality. The infinitism, it is saying that the knowledge is gained, it is a chain, and it goes infinitely one after another, and that every way it is proved to be truth. In epistemology, the scientific world, they are making experiments to gain the knowledge. So, in that way, knowledge is gained by experiment, observation, then measurement to an objective understanding of the knowledge. What is the true knowledge? We should understand with our observation. Truth and this both way of knowing the truth, it is the point of our understanding how my life is flowing into this way, in this world, the way I am leading it. Every human being, intellect human being, having conscious awareness to gain this knowledge and reflect into the regular life. But the consciousness and the conscious way of knowing something and then reflecting it, delivering it again into that practical way of life, there are two things I feel it's working simultaneously. Conscious way I am understanding and I am again repeating, but there is another consciousness might be working behind it which has some different goal. It may not be subconscious, unconscious or superconscious. Like I am thinking of working hard on teaching yoga, or somebody is practicing so hard in its running 100 meters sprint, or somebody is day after day thriving on mathematics, because if they will get the success, they will get a good job, they will get a good amount of benefits by some way, by some cash or kind. So there is always something consciously I am doing, but behind that consciousness there is another consciousness is working. That is I know, or we know it. So those second consciousness is almost giving the boost up to that primary activity or behavior. When we are gaining some knowledge, a new knowledge, is it that we are always ready to accept it? We are gaining some resistance from inside. Resistance in the sense that we have always already gained a fundamental idealistic way of knowing and what I am, what we are, how the things happen. In a very early period of life, we get a fixed idea. The second idea of new information and knowledge and change it, if it's fit with my ideas and thoughts and my experience, I will accept it. If it's not fit with my experience, I will throw it away. I'll not accept that one. So it should be matched with my experience and my thought. We are all unique beings. The uniqueness of understanding that reality, that is idealism. My thought, my way of knowing the world, knowing the truth of the world, it is highly unique. Gaining the wealth. Who is rich? Having a big palace kind of house, a big car, a lot of bank amount. That is the general idea of rich. And poor who doesn't have anything, who doesn't have a car. So this rich and poor, success and failure, if somebody participating in a chess competition and own successful, failure not successful. Somebody is having some exam and passed, successful, not passed, not successful. Okay, but this true knowledge of what is success. In the realistic external world, its basics started on perception. That perception with sense organ, with belief, it may be not true. Understanding that not true is true, that is, Ashtanga Yoga is saying, knowing what is absolute truth. Absolute truth, that is the eternal existence of my pure self. What is permanently existence? The thing which is not permanently existent, that can't be true. My perception can be failure. Bertrand Russell's again and again mentioned that perception having lot of faults and it can't give a pure sense. The sun, the moon is giving light a few millions miles away. It traveling from the sun 8 minutes to come to my eye. So within these 8 minutes, there are a lot of things happens into the sun I don't know. So what we see, what we feel might not be always truth. Success is highly relative. To somebody who gain a food for a day is successful. Somebody gaining $1 million in a share market is successful. All are relative. But the question of Ashtanga Yoga is that successful giving you permanent peace and joy? Yes, a billionaire could be a joy. Living a life with minimum, to him might be it is joyful. My perception of joy, it is different from truth of the joy. My faith, is it a true faith or is it a true belief? It might not be true. But if it giving me an satisfaction, santosha, the next chapter of Ashtanga Yoga. So the truth of life, the truth of success, that is giving the Ashtanga Yoga is indicating that you are successful already. The perfection is already there. It is my exploration of the external world. That exploration of external world might be it is gaining some materialistic benefit, but it doesn't mean it is always having successful. It is in this world is success. We should strive for more work, but that success can be no meaningful to the nature, to the other being, highly relative in quality. The third thing is austere, non-stealing. I am not stealing anything from anybody, not even the thought. I have to keep a doubt. Even if it's true belief, millions are believing. Still, before believing, I need to make some kind of doubt. I have to doubt on myself. Whatever I am saying, I am thinking, I am working. Is it really worthy? Is it really helpful? Is it really in coordination with the present condition? So doubt. And non-stealing means not even stealing the thought of others, the idea of others. Experiment. In epistemology, just I said, experiment. Need to do some experiment on that. Every facts has been told. Well, doubt I should not do on fire. I should not do thousands years of human development. Nowadays, artificial intelligence. I am doing this video in a phone and then I will upload it, reaching to the people, the development science and technology, and we can watch it, we can feel it. So there could be a million things to develop, still discover. And Newton says, I'm just collecting a few pebbles. So there are hundred thousands and millions of other discoveries still waiting. Endless. Richard Feynman, after getting the Nobel award, he said that the fundamentally all the atoms, all the molecules in the quark level, they are working very simple equation. They are making very simple fundamental network. When it's making more complications, making more assimilations, slowly, new and new kind of matters are developed. A flower, I am thinking about a flower, a rose, its color, its texture. If I am thinking of this complexity, it is endless complex. But when I go to the fundamental way, it is the truth. And that is the simple truth we can observe. The rule based world, is it everywhere rule based? Or it is really following not no any rule? We are finding the rule, finding the norms. Might be nature is following a norm, but why this chaos? Because in the chaos, Einstein said also there is a rule. So the rule I am following to develop myself, to grab something, might be that is defined by not truth. It is not defined by ultimate truth. So non-violence, truth, non-stealing, then aparigraha, not receiving any gift. Aparigraha, I'm not indulging into having any gift from anybody. And this is practically not possible, because when you get some affection, you get respect, you get honored, I must receive gift, but with a gratitude. I must pay the gratitude into it. I must pay my respect and honor, having receiving the gift. And in return, I need to pay some of my ideas, some of my teachings, whatever I can, I need to pay back. It is not always that I can pay back everything, whatever I am gaining from my friends, from my parents, from my family members, but I can pay my honor. That is the ultimate honor I can give it to them. That's the ultimate return I can give it to them. And I can give it my ultimate, my best honor to the nature by whom I came to this earth and enjoying this beautiful life. The last one is brahmacharya or celibacy. Brahmacharya, it doesn't mean that we should not have any family or relationship. But brahmacharya means what about my mind is thinking, how it is receiving, how it is accepting that relationship. There are great sagas who are having children and family, but they are called brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means my ideas and my thoughts and my relationship in tune with the divine. I am doing it in my regular life, maintaining a family, because I'm in tune with divinity. So these are five is Yama. The next will come Niyama. Knowledge, I'll conclude this one with knowledge, success, and Yama. Knowledge we are gaining for the purpose of achieving something. Introspection and the knowledge of self, and reflecting that self knowledge into this external reality, it is the pure knowledge. And that knowledge, when I am reflecting into my personal life, my life will become successful. Everybody are not having that much time to invest into gaining a knowledge. If I ask a hard worker who is making the road, he doesn't have time for it because he need to survive. So he knows how to work, and the work based work he is doing into every day for surviving for himself and for his family, That is the knowledge. Knowledge, I don't need to get the knowledge of the intellect, where I need to involve my intellect. Even the everyday knowledge of leading a life, that is also essential for gaining a true and successful life. Today, only this much I can say. In my next video, I will talk on niyama, and the theme would be memory. Thank you. Namaste.